A huge fire that's devoured thousands of acres and homes. Plus,
give my best no matter what I do. And it's what I did that night.
Sean Bell was killed in a hail of police gunfire. Now, for the first time, we hear from the officer who fired the first shot.
Live from Studio 7E in Rockefeller Center, this is NEWS-4 New York.
Good evening. Sue is off. Tonight, hundreds of firefighters are on the front lines attacking flames that are out of control.
Right now, 3 separate brush fires are burning in our area. One in southern New Jersey, more than 1,000 acres charred there. On Staten Island, crews are battling a fire that's creating a dangerous cloud of thick smoke. And on Long Island, some homeowners lost everything tonight.
We have team coverage of the fires and the red flag conditions that are fueling them. We begin with Long Island reporter Greg Sergel in Manorville, where crews are battling the biggest fire since 1995. Greg?
Well, Chuck, it began as about 2 or 3 separate fires more than 8 hours ago. But at this hour, volunteer firefighters are battling one huge blaze that's moving southeast from our position here in Ridge. As you said, it has already engulfed a number of homes and left 3 firefighters injured. The scene was frenetic as firefighters from across Long Island rushed to stay ahead of the growing wildfire.
Pretty devastating, with quite a bit of brush burn. Somebody's telling me it's around 3,000 acres.
Jay Parker and volunteers from more than 100 departments are facing the flames. Ridge Fire Commissioner Jeff Campo emerged from the woods with words of concern for 3 Manorville firefighters who were injured when their truck was consumed by flames.
It looks like it got hung up or stuck or broke mechanically. I'm not sure yet, but we extinguished it and it's sitting back in the woods right now.
So far, at least 2 Manorville homes and a commercial building have also been destroyed. 2 other homes have been damaged. The cause of the fire is unknown.
This fire is as serious as it gets. It is not yet under control.
Suffolk County Executive Ballone has ordered the evacuations of some homes in the Manorville area. Fortunately, he says the area that's burning has only scattered homes.
Hundreds and hundreds of firefighters are out here giving it all we got right now. Hoping that the winds die down, we could get a better handle on this fire.
Ridge Assistant Chief Steve Gray says high winds have fueled the fire, and he says it could burn for days.
If anyone is encountered by the fire coming towards the house, I would highly recommend and urge not to fight the fire at all.
Now, only one of the 3 injured Manorville firefighters remains hospitalized tonight. We don't know his identity, but we do know he's being treated for very serious 1st and 2nd degree burns. Now, for the rest of the night, we're told that the plan is to keep firefighters out of the treacherous conditions in the woods and in open areas where they can try and contain the fire until daylight comes, when they'll make a concerted effort to try and knock it down for good. But Chuck and Shiba, to give you an idea of how difficult the conditions here, we heard just a few minutes ago that a group of firefighters from Lindenhurst are actually lost in the woods. Their truck broke down and their colleagues are now trying to find them. They're in no imminent danger, but their colleagues can't get to them and are working feverishly right now to get them out of the woods.
Certainly complicates things. Thank you very much, Greg. Our live coverage continues now with Paisley Chang. She's right next door to Manorville in the hamlet of Ridge with more on the evacuees. Paisley.
And Shiva, we are in one of the many neighborhoods that sat on the edge of this brush fire. This particular street was not evacuated, but some wonder if it should have been, since at times that fire just seemed a little too close.
It was crazy. It was, you know, the kids were screaming. They were getting very nervous. We were out in the backyard, and it started going from one end of the back of the house, and it went across the back of the house, coming over to the other side.
Patty Purcell and her family became increasingly concerned as they watched video of the brush fire on television and wondered if the billowing smoke in their backyard was going to travel their way.
It was really scary for me because it was my first brush fire, and I was screaming hysterically. I was screaming, like, get out of the house.
10-year-old Sarah Purcell took this shaky video of the smoke plume and the fire below it that threatened to swallow trees, plants, and possibly homes in its path.
I went in the backyard and I climbed the fence, and it was like right in my face.
Could you feel the heat from the fire?
A little bit. It smelled really bad.
At the site of the growing brush fire that snaked its way through this rural community and even burned through some neighboring properties, the Purcells gathered important documents and belongings in case they had to evacuate and flee.
We're ready. We're ready to go. And if it starts up again, we're definitely out of here.
In Aquabog, the town of Riverhead set up an evacuation center after mandatory evacuations were ordered when the brush fire moved too close for comfort. While firefighters tried to put the flames out, others were helping evacuate those that couldn't get out on their own, like the 200-something horses that call this section of Long Island home. This group already rescued 47 horses from a farm that was in the fire's path.
We evacuated Annie's Acres already, and the fire was across the street from it, so they would have never made it. Smoke gets them first before fire does.
We spoke to some people over the phone who live in an evacuated area, but they ended up staying at their houses because they couldn't get their belongings and their pets out in one trip. We spoke to them afterwards. The fire did damage some of their property, but they ended up okay. Meanwhile, it's not clear how long evacuees will be out of their homes. That is until the firefighters can get this fire under control. We're live from Ridge tonight. Paisley Chang, News 4 New York.
Paisley, thank you. Also right now, firefighters in New Jersey are working to contain a stubborn brush fire. Investigators believe somebody may have set the fire in the pine lands in Burlington County early this morning. So far, more than 1,000 acres have burned near the towns of Tabernacle and Woodland. No reports of injuries or property damage. And smoke from a fire on Staten Island is causing some major traffic problems. This is what it looked like during the evening commute this evening. More than 200 firefighters are battling this blaze. News 4's Ida Siegel joins us live now from the area with the latest. Ida?
And Chuck, in just the last 20 minutes or so, the traffic situation here has actually improved considerably, but there are still tie-ups. Take a live look behind me here at the West Shore Expressway. You can see that traffic is flowing, but it's starting to slow down right at the point where the smoke is still billowing out over the expressway. The fire that's causing all of that smoke has been burning incessantly all day long, and fire officials say it could be another couple of days before they're done here. As the sun set over the former Fresh Kills landfill tonight, the 5-alarm brush fire that consumed 19 acres of a compost area showed no signs of letting up. Area residents watched the plumes billow over the West Shore Expressway.
Same kind of smoke, white smoke, then it turns black, then it turns white. So when it's been extinguished, then it changes colors. But brush fire doesn't last this long.
Firefighters say that white smoke is actually steam from all the water they're spraying. And the reason this fire is going on for so long is because of a combination between the dry air, the heavy wind, and a lot of combustible compost material. It's making this brush fire particularly difficult.
A lot of the compost came from the hurricane back in September, and the problem was we had no snow to cover it, so you had deep-seated fires, and with this heavy wind, each pile ignited.
And the result was this on the neighboring expressway. Drivers sitting for hours, slowly moving through the smoky conditions well past the evening rush, wishing they were anywhere but here.
You couldn't even barely see cars in front of you. You had to put your hazards on. It was bad.
Because the visibility was that low.
It was really bad. Yeah, they had cops telling you to put up your windows because it was, you can't breathe the smoke. And
fire officials are still investigating the cause, what sparked this brush fire, but they are seriously considering the possibility that it's spontaneous combustion because of all of that dry compost. They will continue to fight this fire overnight tonight and into the morning tomorrow. So while traffic may be fine just now, for the morning commute tomorrow, it is likely to get backed up once again. Reporting live from the Travis section of Staten Island tonight, Ida Siegel, News 4, New York.
Ida, thank you. Flames from another brush fire are dangerously close to a Metro North track in Connecticut. This is a look at a fire near the tracks in Milford. Service on part of the New Haven line was suspended earlier tonight, but now all service between New Haven and Stratford is back online. Riders can still expect delays of up to 45 minutes. The fire does not appear to be threatening buildings or homes. And this video from a camera set up in downtown New Haven, Connecticut. You can see the billowing white smoke on Long Island from across the Sound. We're told that people could smell smoke from Westchester to Midtown. We turn now to News 4 meteorologist Janice Huff with more on when we could see a soaking rain, something these communities desperately need right now. Janice.
That's true, Shiba. Unfortunately, we're not going to see a heavy soaking. We will get some showers in the area tomorrow afternoon that may help. as well as Wednesday. A better chance for the showers on Wednesday. Looks like most of them will be pretty spread out across the area, very sparse, especially on Tuesday. One good sign, though, is that the winds are slowly subsiding, and that will continue to be the trend over the next 24 hours. Here's a look at the current wind gusts. We see one gust here on the map up to 24 miles an hour at LaGuardia, but earlier today, all locations were showing wind gusts above 30 miles an hour. That's not the case anymore. An 18-mile-per-hour gust in the city right now, 17 miles per hour at Belmar, and 26 miles per hour at Monticello. So much improved in regards to of the wind. Now, the brush fire risk will continue for central and southern New Jersey on Tuesday. The red flag warning is in effect for those counties, not for the city, Long Island, northern New Jersey, not at least for now. There will be some wind gusts up around 30, but by 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon, we should see those subside as well as those showers start to move in. The humidity levels will move up as well. That will help in fighting the fires, so conditions will improve gradually, but there will still be a lot of smoke in the air for the next couple of days. I'll have more details in the forecast coming up in just a few minutes. Back to you.
All right, Janice, thank you. Now, if you're just joining us, we want to bring you up to speed on 3 separate brush fires burning in our area tonight. Here's what we know right now. In New Jersey, more than 1,000 acres of burn near the town of Tabernacle. Investigators believe this may be the work of an arsonist there. Right now, it is 95% contained. On Staten Island, crews are still working to put out a mulch fire that's making for dangerous smoke conditions. Drivers are being advised to be extra careful in that area. And on Long Island, some residents in Manorville have been forced to evacuate as crews work to contain a fire that's destroyed at least 3 structures. Of course, we'll follow these fires closely throughout the night. Wake up with Today in New York starting at 4:30 for the very latest, including evacuations, road closures, or any train problems affecting the morning commute.
Still ahead here on News 4, the MTA is back on the fast track. We'll tell you which lines are off limits overnight.
Plus, a message from the man who killed Trayvon Martin. The same day, a big decision is made by investigators. And this.
Next at 11 on News 4 New York.
I knew what I did that night was correct.
Sean Bell was killed in a hail of 50 police bullets. The detective who fired the first shot finally tells his story to Jonathan Dienst. An I-Team exclusive. Next at 11.
So did you have a good breakfast?
Yep.
Is somebody cooking for you? Let me speak to her. You say hi to my mom real quick.
Now get 2 sausage, egg, and cheese McGriddle sandwiches or choose your combo for just $3.
Visit Ticketmaster.com.
Visit the Land Rover Select Certified Pre-Owned Sales event through April 30th at your tri-state area retailer.
What's that?
When I take a picture of this check, it goes straight to the bank.
Oh.
Oh, look, the line's out.
No, Mommy, no!
Don't worry, honey. It only works on checks.
Deposit checks from your smartphone with Chase Quick Deposit. Just snap a picture, hit send, and done. Take a step forward and chase what matters.
Dad's surgery took 2.5 hours. His rehab could take 2.5 months. Now what? Ask how the Visiting Nurse Service of New York can help. It's the right care now.
Next, look right here.
Smile, because right now, any 16-ounce hot or iced coffee is just $1.49 at McDonald's.
And we are back with the breaking news we've been following out of eastern Long Island, the Manorville section. 3 firefighters have been injured fighting tonight's massive fire there. One has 1st and 2nd degree burns. The plan for the next few hours here is to pull firefighters out of those wooded areas, which are particularly dangerous, especially this time of day. It is nighttime. And as Greg Circle mentioned, we will try to get updates on that group of Lindenhurst firefighters lost in the woods after the truck broke down. We're told they are not in imminent danger. And Janice will update us on the fierce winds in a few minutes.
In other news tonight, a NEWS-4 exclusive. It was one of the most controversial police shootings in recent memory. And tonight, after years of virtual silence, the detective who fired first in the controversial Sean Bell 50-shot case is speaking out. Chief Investigative Reporter Jonathan Deese is here now with more for us. Jonathan?
Chuck, Shiba, he was cleared of criminal charges and faced months of protests. But after being fired from the NYPD 2 weeks ago and having his pension taken away, Jesse Isnora decided it was finally time to speak out. For the first time, he tells us about the job he did that night and how he feels betrayed by NYPD brass.
I was fed to the wolves, if you want to, use that. And that's exactly what the commissioner and the mayor did.
Jesse Isnora is still angry over having been put on trial in the shooting death of Sean Bell. And he is angry over being fired last month from the NYPD.
I was there doing my job.
Isnora says from day one, there was a rush to judgment.
It's hard to understand why 50-odd shots should be taken.
Fight back! And he says a rush to appease protesters.
They were basically saving themselves. They could care less about the rank and file members of the department. They ran for the hills and they left us behind.
There are some who are going to come out and say, this cop's wrong, and along with his fellow officers, 50 shots, not okay. It's not okay.
Of course they're going to say that. In hindsight, looking at it, of course they're going to make a comment like that. But again, those people making those comments would not know the job that undercovers do. It was just survival at that time and moment. And the decision that they took, left me with no other choice.
Isnora is talking about what he says were the actions of Sean Bell, Trent Benefield, and Joseph Guzman. It was Bell's bachelor party at the strip club Kahlua, and the night before his wedding. Outside, Isnora says Bell's group got into a dispute with a rival named Fabio Kwaku, and he heard Bell and his friends making threats.
Joseph Guzman to state, go get my gun, go get my gun. And, there was another individual that said, let's F him up.
Concerned they were going for a gun, Isnora called for backup and followed Bell and his friends as they went to their car. But backup did not get there fast enough, and Isnora, all alone, says he felt he had to act.
I said to myself, I have to stop this car.
Why?
If I don't stop the car, Fabio Kwaku gets shot.
Isnora says he pulled out his shield, his gun, and ordered the car to stop.
Well, the people don't understand is that a vehicle is a weapon as well, and he used that vehicle against me. He basically wanted to run me over.
Seconds later,
I'm still looking into the car, and is when I noticed Guzman making an arm movement. I yelled gun very, very instinctively, and I fired my weapon.
Some people would say, you know what, he's undercover, he's alone, his backup isn't there. Pfft, let him go.
If I wasn't there, they would have went around the corner and definitely would have got to Fabio Kwaku.
Isnora, who fired first, pulled the trigger 11 times.
What is a right amount? What is not a right amount? And in a heated situation, you're not counting bullets.
Police Commissioner Kelly fired Isnora, saying Isnora broke the rules by coming out of his undercover role when he tried to stop the car and fired at the unarmed men.
Right then and there, I thought every possible step that I took was correct.
Isnora says he does feel for the loss the Bell family suffered, but he insists he is not at fault.
I'm not looking back.
No apologies, no regrets?
No apologies, no regrets. I came to grips of, what I did.
We spoke with Reverend Sharpton, who said the Bell family may comment after seeing tonight's story. The mayor's office and police commissioner said for now they will not be commenting. Tomorrow on NEWS-4 at 5, Isnora tells us what it was like facing trial, facing protests from many in his own community, and facing a future now that he's out of a pension and a job. Shiba and Chuck.
What sort of legal action is he considering at this point in time?
He's planning to try to take some sort of legal action to try to get his job back, but his attorneys admit it is an uphill climb. After the departmental trial, he faced an NYPD internal trial, and he was found guilty there for violating NYPD procedures, and that's why he was fired.
And the Bell family reaction to his firing?
They felt that this was a slap on the wrist. It was not nearly enough given what their family endured, and we may hear more from them tomorrow.
All right, we shall see tomorrow. Thank you very much, Jonathan. And if you have something you want the news for, I-Team to look into, give us a call. The number's right on your screen, 1-866-NEWS-244. And now to the latest in the Trayvon Martin case. A Florida special prosecutor said today her office will not bring the shooting investigation before a grand jury tomorrow. Angela Corey insists that should not be seen as a final determination.
An important alert now for subway riders who use the 1, 2, and 3 lines. From now until 5 a.m., all 1 train services suspended between 34th Street and Penn Station and South Ferry. 2 train services suspended between Penn Station and Atlantic Avenue, and 3 train service is suspended completely. It's all part of the MTA's Fast Track program, which aims to make repairs quickly and efficiently during the overnight hours.
Let's get a check on your weather now with Janice. We're all wondering when the rain's going to move in, and there's been some good news on the wind front, though, correct?
That's the main issue, is that the winds are dying down for tonight, and that's good, except in those areas where fires are still in progress. There are a couple of gusts out there, but it's far improved over what we saw earlier today. Here's a look live now from our Top of the Rock camera. Partly cloudy skies overhead. The temperature is 55 degrees in Midtown. The wind gusts are below 20 miles an hour now, where earlier today in some locations like in Newark they were up above 45, near 50 miles an hour. So 18-mile-per-hour gusts in Monticello is much better now, as well as the city in Belmar. We aren't seeing any major gusts across Long Island where some of the fires are still raging, and that's good news. We still have that high fire danger for central and southern New Jersey for a brief time tomorrow, but that should subside too. Here's a look at the showers. Now they're very spotty, but they are moving in towards the south and east from parts of Pennsylvania. So we'll see a few maybe sprinkles show up tonight, but a few more showers will pop up tomorrow afternoon. Right now, though, nothing on the radar for us. Unfortunately, we could use the rain. In terms of futurecast, we'll see clouds rolling through tonight and into tomorrow afternoon with temperatures in the 50s to low 60s. Now, by 4 or 5 o'clock into about 6 or 7, we'll see those spotty showers. But notice they're very spotty, they're very light. But the winds will be down a lot lower. The humidity levels will be up. Temperatures drop off on Wednesday morning into the 30s to the north and west. It is mainly clear. Then we see the next wave of showers coming through Wednesday morning over Ulster County, and then they drift southward by the evening rush hour on Wednesday. And that will bring us a slightly better chance for rain showers versus Tuesday. Wednesday by 11 o'clock, though, it all clears out and the temperatures cool off again. And see, the rainfall amounts will be very light, less than 1/10 of an inch in most spots, maybe about 1/1300th of an inch for the city. Temperatures right now are in the 40s and 50s. Tomorrow up to 62. With just hit or miss showers in the afternoon. Slightly better chance on Wednesday. Then it dries out again. Highs in the 50s Thursday, Friday. It's going to be mostly cloudy over the weekend. A slight chance for some showers on Sunday with highs near 70. And Monday, we're in the 70s, and it stays pretty dry. Now back to you.
Great. All right, Janice, thank you. We'll be right back.
These artisan bagels are so tasty.
Hey, what do you think artisan means?
It's Latin.
For what?
Really, really good bagels.
Dunkin's new artisan bagels are as authentic as it gets. Soft, chewy, and delicious. Grab one today. America runs on Dunkin'.
A car is either luxury or it isn't. If you want a luxury car with a standard power moonroof, your options are going to be limited. If you want standard leather-trimmed seats, you're going to have even fewer. And if you want standard keyless access, then your choice is obvious. The Lexus ES. It's complete luxury in a class full of compromises. See your Lexus dealer.
Today we're going to learn to say $1 million.
Pudding.
No.
Kumquat. Plunger.
No.
Tweezers.
Monkey.
What? Monkey.
Turn words into cash. Play cash word scratch-off games from the New York Lottery.
Orangutan.
You inhale, they inhale. Millions of children continue to be exposed to secondhand smoke. Secondhand smoke causes asthma, a disease that cannot be cured. Protect your loved ones.
American innovation. Dodge is bringing more of it to more people with 3 different vehicles offering 3 rows of seating, like Dodge Durango and Dodge Journey, as well as Dodge Grand Caravan, with room for up to 7 people and just about anything else. Hurry in to the Dodge Get Into Innovation event. Now lease the Dodge Journey SXT front-wheel drive for $249 a month for well-qualified lessees.
This freshly brewed iced tea is really my cup of tea.
Honey, that's my cup of tea, and yours is over there.
Oops.
Dunkin's iced tea is freshly brewed to delicious perfection. Right now, get any size for just 99 cents. America runs on Dunkin'.
We've got new photos just into our newsroom from Long Island, where that massive brush fire continues to burn at this hour.
And these come to us from Matterville, where some residents have been forced to evacuate. You can see the flames in the distance just past the trees. Crews there continue to work to contain the flames that have already destroyed at least 3 structures.
And we'll be right back with CJ Papa and sports.
I want to go home.
No, you must stay.
I can't stay here.
But we have a chariot for you.
I don't want a chariot.
It's big and powerful like you, yet nimble and compact like us. And it's luxurious.
Oh.
The entirely new Acura RDX. Intelligently built for the size of your life.
Warbadols, the best man.
Lincoln MKX. Visit your local Lincoln dealer for this exceptional lease offer, plus 4 years complimentary maintenance on Lincoln MKX.
It's not just luxury, it's smarter than that.
My mornings tend to be busy, and when I'm busy, things occasionally get forgotten. But now when I forget to do something around the house, I can unforget it with this.
How did I ever live without Verizon? I don't know. I forget.
Welcome to Verizon Technology with home monitoring and control. Welcome to Life on Fios.
The Verizon Fios Sports Desk is brought to you by Verizon Fios. Switch to Verizon Fios for America's fastest, most consistent, most reliable internet.
CJ Papa's in for Bruce Beck tonight on a happy night for baseball fans in New York.
Chuck and Shiba, this could be a very special season for the Mets. Mike Pelfrey's nickname should be Even Steven. 30 career wins in even number years, 31 defeats in odd number years. But the Mets are banking on a bounce back year from the guy they call Big Pelf. Over to Citi Field, Keith Hernandez thinks he won the Masters. Love the green jacket. It's bubblicious. As for Big Pelf, top 3. Washington up 1-0. Ryan Zimmerman. Rockets went over the head of Lucas Duda. Ian Desmond will score. Pelfrey 5 2/3, 3 runs, 10 hits, 8 strikeouts. Mets down 3-1 in the 4th. Kurt Neuenhuis, the kid from Azusa Pacific University, where outside of L.A., drills his first career homer. Get him the ball. The 2-run shot ties it at 3. Bottom 9, same score. Watch this play. Ruben Tejada lays down the sacrifice bunt. Henry Rodriguez throws it away. Mike Baxter, who walked, races around third, but he gets the stop sign. Falls down, has to scramble back. Here comes the throw. He is safe. Next batter, Daniel Murphy. Turned into a beautiful diving defensive play in the top of the ninth. The walk-off single to right. The Mets are 4-0 for just the 3rd time since 1973. Yankee fans already in panic mode, settled down. The last time the Bombers opened the season with 3 straight defeats was 1998. They went on to win 114 games and capture their 2nd World Series title under Joe Torre. To Camden Yards, former Yankee manager Buck Showalter would not like this. Bombers up 3-1 in the 4th. The captain drives one into the corner. Will it go out? It does not. Stays in the park. Russell Martin will score. Derek Jeter 4 for 4 on the night. Ivan Nova pitching great for the Bombers. His 3rd baseman helping him out with the glove in the bottom of the 4th. Eduardo Nunez, not known for the defense, going airborne to Rob Wilson. Betemit now taking another look. Nunez says, don't mind if I do, admiring himself on the Yes Network replay. In the 6th, Yankees flaunting some power. Andrew Jones cranking a solo shot off Darren O'Day, his first of the year. Yanks up 5-1. So how important was this game to Joe Girardi? Mariano Rivera, the closer, in a non-safe situation. Unlike opening day, Mo closes it out. The Yankees won't go winless. They beat the Birds 6-2. And Andy Pettit working 3 innings. Single A ball against Tampa in Tampa tonight, giving up 1 run on 2 hits, striking out 2. Glad he's on his way back, guys.
And a quick mention of that tweet.
Baltimore is the place where losing streaks go to die.
CJ Papa, thank you very much. We'll be right back.
Tell us about the Accord.
Car and driver's 10 best.
How many times?
A record 26 times.
Interesting.
What about safety?
Overall 5-star safety rating.
Interesting.
It's perfect.
不要太过分，
我知道，可是我太喜欢。
不要让他知道。
可是好漂亮。
让我解决，看我办事。So Brian, what kind of deal are we looking at here?
We have some really good offers going on right now.
Really?
Really.
Okay, we'll take it.
好极了，现在我开始准备文件。
Get a great deal on an Accord during the really big sales event. Real deals, big inventory. Now, at your Honda dealer.
Tomorrow believes the more of our world we see, the richer we become. Fly Emirates. Hello, tomorrow.
If you want your lawn to be as green as it can be, why not use the best grass seed you can buy? Black Beauty grass seed from Jonathan Green is genetically dark green in color, with roots that can grow up to 4 feet deep into the soil. Black Beauty grass seed also has a protective waxy coating, like you'd find on an apple, which preserves moisture and wards off turf disease. The New American Lawn by Jonathan Green. Eco-friendly, carefree, for the best lawn in town. Available at your local hardware store or garden center.
As primary care physician,
A primary care and find a physician today at livewellnewyork.com.
If you wanted the perfect car, you'd want it to be quick, like a sports car, roomy, like a minivan, smooth, like a luxury car, efficient, like a compact, and tough, like a truck. You'd end up with something that looks a lot like the Toyota RAV4.
Lease one now for just $189 a month, or get 0% APR financing and get a lot for less. Toyota.
Closed captioning provided by Toyota.
For the latest on tonight's breaking news, Wake Up with Today in New York, we'll lead you through the trouble spots impacting your commute.
The Tonight Show is up next. Have a good night, everybody.
It's the Tonight